Hello and welcome back to Tales from the Age of Men, and we've decided to sally out here. I'm sallying out versus 600, I think it's about 600, 560 or something like that, troops, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I personally believe we will not be able to defend against 1200 if they decide to collaborate in this offensive siege, which they will. They obviously will decide to do that. Now, here's the thing. Obviously, because we already have one wall section destroyed, we weren't able to have enough time to repair that. We would have an exceptionally difficult time actually defending in any meaningful way. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do a little bit of thinning out. We may have to just do some damage here and then try to retreat if we can, because obviously this is a sally out, right? This is a sally out, so we have the advantage here. Technically, our advantage is that we are going to be a little bit less, shall we say, a little bit less vulnerable, because we can pull back to the walls. Technically, right? We can pull back to the walls. So I'm hopeful that our archers will have a really, really nice time eliminating the enemy's horse archers, and we'll hopefully have a good time thinning them out. Obviously, the main thing that we want to try to do here is basically remove a lot of their morale. We just want to remove a lot of their morale, a lot of their combat strength. You can see here that they're charging into us right now, but that's okay. We don't actually have to worry about that in any way. We've actually gotten a number of them off their mounts, which is really, really good. Maybe we can do a little bit more here. Maybe we can try... There we go. That's nice. Okay, we can just try to eliminate a handful of people. We can just... take it easy, you know, we can just take it easy. We don't need to be super quick about this. We just need to make sure that every single attack that we make is some kind of efficient, you know. We don't need to be, you know, super good. We don't need to be like, oh yes, I need to eliminate 50 troops per second. No, we don't need to do that. All we need to do is just be very careful, very cautious. We need to survive ourselves. We actually need to live, because if we don't live, we are going to have some huge problems. So I'm going to move my infantry forward here. They're in shield wall formation. It's probably not going to be super good. I mean, as you can see, they're not really having very good times here. Let's actually move my infantry upwards a little bit, just to make it so that the enemy cavalry has to go up the hill a little bit, and that's going to lose them much needed speed. And they're going to have a very hard time actually doing any damage to us, or at least hopefully. And maybe we can do some damage to this guy. Yeah, no, he's. Oh no, actually we could have. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting him to turn around right there. Okay, nice. Ooh, okay, never mind. Okay, I was thinking that I'd actually get some pretty nice damage on that fellow, but no. Maybe this. Nope. Nice. Okay, there we go. For some reason, I don't know why I'm always attacking these random caravan guards and getting them, you know, getting them killed. That's not very useful. It would be much better if we could, yes, there we go, kill things like that. There we are. That's much easier. Okay, so let's continue to move forward here. I am going to continue to try to be as frugal as possible with our forces. As you can see, the enemy is playing very defensively. It's a little bit strange that they're playing so defensively, considering they are the aggressor here. I mean, technically, I suppose they're not the aggressor. We are the ones that are sallying out. But it is very strange for them, in my opinion, to not be taking the offensive push here and actually trying to eliminate us really easily. I mean, they have the numbers, right? They have the numbers. So it is very possible for them to do that. Yeah, I can't really do much that close. Nice, pushed him off his mount. At least that's good. And how are my archers actually doing, by the way? Because it feels to me like they're not really that effective. We are getting a handful of cavalry coming in now as well, which is pretty nice. I actually stopped one of them couch lancing, which is good. And ooh, very nice. Okay, good. Nice little headshot thrust there. And now the enemy. Okay, now the enemy's actually coming in. All right, so we're gonna have to get my cavalry to come over here. Thankfully, I moved them up a little bit. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. Okay, that was not very good. Definitely shouldn't have missed that. Oh well, never mind. Okay, very good. Maybe we could do some damage here. There we are. Okay, this is going to be a problem. Maybe... Ooh, there's a lot of archers here. This is bad. If they all focus me, which they will, if I get stopped... no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, no, we're fine. Okay. That's all I can really do. Hopefully my forces will be able to handle themselves at the front here. That's all I can hope for. Yeah, if we had medicine skill right now, if my medicine skill was literally maxed out, if we had 275, we would never, ever lose anyone. It would be extremely difficult for the opponent to do anything, but yeah, as you can see, we're having some issues. Did we tell my oh, no, we didn't tell my horsemen to charge in. Well, I'm going to tell them to charge in now, at least. I thought I already told them to do that, my bad. It's because I got distracted by him almost dying by the archers, of course. It's a classic. Okay, so the archers aren't actually even being very effective right now, so that's good. That is extremely, extremely good for us. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get some kills here. Okay, there we go. Nice. Yeah, we could technically try to charge in here. I'm not sure whether that's a good idea. Because in the grand scheme of things, I feel like charging does tend to result in a lot of death. But being too passive can do the same thing. So, a bit problematic. Don't get shot now. Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay, there we are. That's exactly what we needed. The cavalry are being very, very distracting right now, which is not exactly great, but I guess better than nothing, right? I mean... Okay. Yeah, this is a bit weird. We got some weird units coming in here right now. Kind of strange. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. And I'm not even entirely sure what to do right now, because it feels to me like we don't really have a clear target. We do have a lot of archers to still deal with. Okay, let's charge. Let's actually charge. Let's charge our infantry in. Let's be aggressive. We've already eliminated, what, 223? That's pretty good, but we still need to eliminate almost 600, so it is still a significant mountain to climb here in regards to enemy casualties. Okay. Try to see if I can do some damage here. There we go. A little bit of damage there, a little bit of damage here. Never hurt anyone. There we go. And maybe we can get our archers to come along the side here. Yeah, not terribly big fan of this. Maybe we'll be okay though. Nice. That's a good charge line right there. That was absolutely perfect. Okay, let's get our archers to come around here a little bit. Are we actually okay? Are we actually going to win this? I think we might be able to. I mean, the enemy is literally just sending in their levies and things like that now, so I feel like we actually have the upper hand, which is quite staggering considering. Wow, they are so scattered. What is this? It's actually crazy. Barely able to really do much. Okay, let's tell everyone to charge now, including the archers. If they're out of ammunition, we should probably just get them to go in there. Whoa, these guys are very, very dangerous. They have extremely high armor by the looks of things. Let's try and eliminate this guy. Nice, there we go. A nice swift kill there. And if we can, 400, okay, I feel like we're actually fine. I feel like we're okay, but we still need to deal with the other guy, right? The other guy that is still going to be leading another army against us. We still need to deal with him. So that's still going to be a problem. Wow, our dwarf is getting a lot of kills right now. That's absolutely perfect. Really, really nice to see that. Yeah, no, I think we're good. I think we're actually good right now. I was extremely tense during this entire battle because basically if we lose this, it is pretty much done and we're not going to be able to do much. But this gives us a little bit of hope. This gives us a little bit of hope. So we'll see what we can do here. And maybe, just maybe, we'll have the opportunity to defend in the siege and actually be successful. Because, of course, you know, it would be quite nice to defend against it, you know, defend against something and actually have a siege defense that we can defend in. That would be pretty fun. Unfortunately, whoa, what's going on here with all these levies ganging up on this guy? That's not very nice of them, is it? No. Let's try to get 275 if we can. I'm actually surprised we don't even have 275 already, but it's going to be unlikely that I will be able to get 275 in this particular battle unless I can get my hands on a couple of higher tier troops. Or maybe I can just do big damage. Maybe this guy will get me the level up. Oh, nope. Never mind. He's dead. Alright. I think I can probably go zoom here. And I think that's it. Yes, there you go. We actually ended up only losing 19. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, 547 kills. We actually got 101 kills, if you can believe that. That's pretty nice. So what do we get? Okay, yeah, so as you see, the archers did most of the heavy lifting, followed by Knight of the Silver Swan. Even our infantry managed to get quite a few kills. Surprisingly enough, I wouldn't have expected that in a million years, considering they actually leveled up from super low tier people. But anyway, we are going to be basically taking every single one of them prisoner, of course, because we don't want a repeat of this. And we are indeed going to be, I think, probably taking all the prisoners. Why not? We've got 440 prisoners here. We're also going to be taking the random troops that we were able to rescue as well. The main reason why we want to do this, of course, is because we're going to be putting them in the garrison, and that's going to provide us with a small benefit, I guess. Very small benefit. And maybe we can see, what about the loot? Whoa, look at that. 89,000 for this. That's actually crazy good. Yeah, and look at this. Isengard shortbow. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what was murdering us. This is an extremely good bow. This is a very good bow. So if you want to play, you know, an Uruk with a bow, you can actually do that and be effective. Because I don't know whether you remember, but we looked at the Mirkwood bow, the new Mirkwood bow, in a previous episode, and we saw that it has 99 damage. It has 99 damage, 99 speed, 99 accuracy, and missile speed as well. And obviously, as you'd expect, elves have some of the best gear possible. And then Isengard, they have 86 piercing damage. That's still extremely good. That's very good. And obviously they do have some very good... Look at this. This is a halberd here. Extremely powerful halberd in comparison to the spear. You can see here, very nice damage. And it can even be used as a thrusting weapon. Actually, extremely good as a thrusting weapon. I'm actually very surprised. I'm obviously not going to use this because, of course, it's not lore accurate for us to use something like this. But it would be kind of nice if we could bend the rules a little bit to use it, but no, I'm not going to do that. So this is where we currently are, as you can see. So we have this guy. I think he's probably going to be coming over, and he's probably going to continue the siege. He will probably try to siege. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something like this, where we just take all these guys. There we go. I'm just going to sell those for 28,000. Then we can go into the garrison itself, and we can let these guys go back into... Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is that literally it? Yes. I have one Warden of Ithilien, by the way. That's one of the really good archers. I would love to get more of these, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, they actually level up from Gondor pages? Really? Okay, whoa. Maybe I need to get some more Gondor pages then. That's probably going to be... Yeah, that's actually very nice. Okay, yeah, so we'll put those guys in there. And do we have some... Ooh, we got some Gondor Levymen. Oh no, what do they level up into? Gondor Levymen, what do they level up into? They feel like they're going to level... Oh, they level up into basically anything. Okay. Yeah, they level up into any of these things. So, do they level up into Gondor pages? I don't think so. No. Okay, they do level up into Blackroot Vale Hunters, though, so I guess we will just recruit them. let's see what happens, I guess, right? Okay, so we've got 125. Let's go for Swift Regroup, I think. I think Swift Regroup is probably going to be... Or, wait a minute. No morale penalty for disorganized state in battles. In Sally Out, or when being attacked. I don't know, do we care about that? No. Okay, we're going to go for the Swift Regroup here, and we'll go for one more point in Roguery skill here, and then we're going to see what this guy decides to do. He's running, there we go. I actually thought he would come in, to be honest, but apparently he doesn't fancy his chances. Alright, so with that particular enemy out of the way, we now have an opportunity to maybe do a little bit of something else. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to say to Aragorn to create his own party. I'm just going to leave him to his own devices, basically, right? I'm going to leave him to his own devices. We're going to see how he does, because he is obviously very, very good. He has some extremely good skills. I'm going to just recruit some people from here, first of all. He's going to obviously recruit some people too. And yeah, we're going to see how he goes, because we can obviously call him to our army. Technically, I could give him some troops, and then I could just call him back into our army, and then I could take his troops and all that stuff. I find that a little bit irritating, so I'm not going to do that right now. But I am going to be very interested to see how he does. Because sometimes, actually, our parties have been so much more effective in... this mod than they have been in quite some time, which is actually very, very surprising. But yeah, anyway, there's some news to report. Yes, this town right here has been awarded to us. Very surprising, isn't it? Yes, I was certainly not expecting that. So I'm actually very pleased about it. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we're just going to do something like this, I guess. I'm basically just going to randomly select whatever we want right now, because we have so much in the way of, well, pretty much, well, loyalty. I mean, we're only losing 0.07? Yeah, 0.07 every single day, which is certainly nothing to really be super concerned about, so we don't need to worry about it. And we can also just run very quickly over to our other town, which is fantastic as well. I mean, look at this. This is so incredibly easy for us just to come over here. And, well, this has... What's actually going on here? Why do we have such a bad loyalty drift? Oh, it's because of the owner culture. I see. See, now, this is exactly what I was talking about before. So the AI doesn't appear to use the culture conversion option, which is a little bit problematic. Obviously, they don't have any food supplies. That's a bit of a problem as well. As you can see, their food is... literally 0, so that's a bit of an issue. We're going to try to go for festivals and games when it's over. 40,000 in the treasury there should be pretty nice. And let's see what's actually going on otherwise. Well, Harad, as you can tell, is over here. We got one over there, and then 3 over here. I'm thinking we're probably going to strike relatively deep into their territory. So I'm thinking we're probably going to go over to the furthest possible. That's probably going to be the way to go. And hopefully... well, hopefully none of our fiefs will get taken. I mean, the funny thing is we have so many extremely proficient armies around here. Let me look at this. We've got Melrin and we've got Denethor as well, and they have about a combined total of what, 1,500 or something like that. So any kind of aggression from the opponent is probably going to be met with severe force. Alright, so we've arrived at the siege, and you can see here we've already starved them out. And what we're going to do is I'm going to set myself a little bit of a challenge here, because of course, apart from wanting to eliminate Harad from the game, that's obviously our current objective. Apart from that, obviously I would like to eliminate Mordor if I possibly can. I'm not entirely sure why the forces of Gondor and Rohan have completely stopped focusing on Mordor, but it's probably because they are, well, they're basically done. You know, they're not really doing much. But yeah, anyway, the point is, the challenge that I'm going to set myself here is doing damage with my polearm and surviving the entirety of the siege. And we're going to attempt, if I can, to get at least, I'm going to set a somewhat, conservative estimate here, 25 kills. Okay, 25 kills. That's what we're going to go for. 25 kills, polearm only, and indeed on foot. Okay, on foot only. All right, not on our horse. This is going to be kind of... it's going to be kind of difficult, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be kind of difficult. We're going to just tell our forces just to kind of move forward through here. I'm going to get off my mount because, as I said, we're going to be doing this completely on foot. 25 kills, no death. That's the challenge. Let's see if we can do this. Well, that didn't seem to work out too well, did it? Nah. I was actually trying, if I could, to get away, but apparently the enemy really just has... Well, they have a lot of aggression towards us right now, which is to be expected, I suppose. You know what? Should I get out of here? I feel like I should get out of here. We are actually going to lose, maybe. We're actually going to lose this, which would be extremely, extremely bad. So I am not entirely sure what we can do here. I guess we are going to have to wait a little bit for our forces to get back on their feet. Alright, so let's try that again. Let's go back on in and see if we can complete our challenge. Let's try this a little bit different this time around as well. And as I said, the entire reason why we want to do this is obviously to level up athletic skill, but also because I think it's going to be fun. You know, I think it's going to be fun. Generally, I do find it enjoyable to use a polearm on foot. And I find it enjoyable to, you know, poke a little bit. Unfortunately, this guy is... Oh, look at that! We knocked him on his... Right, well, we knocked him down. Let's just say that. We knocked him down. And we're going to go in... Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, yeah, our trebuchets are actually doing some damage as well. So, yeah, let's actually... Can we do some damage to the barricade here? Nah, it feels like that's not going to really work. Okay, let's tell everyone to go over here. We're going to put them into a square formation. There we go. And I'm going to see if I can do some damage. Nice, nice, nice. Knock that guy down once again. Doing big damage, actually. Big damage. Maybe we can do some more. I'm going to play this very, very carefully this time instead of being an absolute idiot and trying to run by. That's not going to really work out too well. Oh, hello. Okay. Yeah, oh, dearie me. Okay, yeah, no, he's dead, he's dead. Okay, that's great. We can tell our forces to charge in now because we've broken their line. So now we can just do a little bit of extra damage here and there. Nice, nice, nice. Maybe we can get the high ground. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. This is actually really good. We can attack their faces very easily. We might even be able to get to 225 in athletic skill. Getting to 275 would be the ideal goal here. Can we... let's break through a little bit more, if we can. Unfortunately, we're having some issues actually doing that for some reason. I don't know why. Don't know why that is. A bit weird. Okay, now we can tell them to charge once again. There we go. And what's actually going on here? Why can I not move? I'm getting murdered for some reason as well. Kind of a bit weird. Generally, I wouldn't have expected that. Not from where we were, at least. Nice damage. Nice. Come on now. More of that. More of that. There we go. This is actually extremely effective as long as you're not getting attacked. As long as you're left alone. As long as you're left alone, you will be able to do a lot of damage. And it actually seems pretty effective in that regard. Oh, hello. Just got to stay away from these guys. Try to attack from the side. Nice, nice, nice. My dwarf is running at the very front there, doing a great job. Nice damage as well. Look at that. Okay, I think we've already completed our challenge, have we? 25 kills? I think we already have 25 kills, right? Surely. I think we do. We must do. But the question is that enough? Is that enough? Do you think we can go for 50? Can we go for 50 kills? I don't know. I highly doubt it, actually. I feel like I'm probably going to get shot in the face sometime soon. That's what it feels like to me. Nice. Okay, let's have a look. I've got 38. Okay, I have 38. Let's see if we can maybe do something with this. I am probably going to get shot in the face by a thrown weapon or something like that. That's what it feels like right now to me. But maybe not. Nice. Can we maybe skewer a bunch of people at once? Nope. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Yeah, this is going to be an issue. Like I said before. Basically, having any kind of unit in our face, it's going to be extremely difficult to actually win against that guy. Because they are just fundamental. I mean, obviously, they're fundamentally designed to be much better in melee than we are in close quarters. Nice. Good damage, good damage. Maybe more of that. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Ah. Okay. We were doing very nicely, though. Very, very nicely. We did actually... Oh, we managed it. Look at that. We did manage to get to 50. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to stay alive. That was actually one of my main objectives. My main objective, apart from getting the 25 and then obviously advancing to the 50 kills mark, was to stay alive, and unfortunately we didn't manage to do that. But that's okay. You know, as long as we're gonna succeed in the siege itself, I think that's pretty much all we can really be super trying to aim for here, because that's ideally the overarching goal, isn't it? Yes, that is the overarching goal of actually expanding our territory, or shall we say expanding Gondor's territory here. And we did end up losing 16 people, but that's okay. We don't really have to worry about that too much. And yeah, that was pretty nice. And we've almost got 275 in athletics, which is really, really good. So yeah, we'll just take this guy prisoner. Apparently he was in there somehow. And let's just move on, and we'll sell our prisoners, and we'll make even more cash, even though I already have loads and loads. Decreased melee damage taken, I feel like is better than more melee damage. Is that just me? I think so. We're going to... Whoa, what's this? We've got so many options. Okay, wait a minute. We can give this to Thranduil's people if we want to. We can convince the settlement to join our culture. We can free the settlement. Okay, wait a minute. This is all the same thing. Why do I have so many of these? Alright, so we're just gonna try to force them to join our culture, I guess. I mean, there isn't really, isn't really any other reason to do anything else, I guess, right? You know, there's not much to say about that. So we're just gonna do this, and then we're just gonna take every single one. Wow, we got loads of prisoners right now. That's actually pretty crazy. And is there anything else that we want to do? Well, obviously we want to sell some stuff, right? I have way too much food right now, so let's just get rid of a little bit of grain, a little bit of fish, and the cows, of course. And there we have it. Okay, so now we can just wait here for a little bit of time. Obviously, I'm not really going to be looking to get this myself. Yeah, they're not going to give it to me anyway. That's absolutely fine. I don't really have a problem with that. And we're going to be just voting for this guy, because we're obviously going to get the influence back anyway, which is fantastic. And we're also going to be increasing our relation with him, which is even better. We also leveled up as a result of that, and now we have one additional focus point to spend. And look at this. Now I can get strong legs, which is great. I absolutely love strong legs. Really, really fun. And we could potentially get Ignore Pain soon as well. And look at that. We got Way of the Spear. That's even better. Look at that. 276 in polearms. Very, very nice. Okay, so now the question is, what do we want to spec into now? Well, that's the thing. I have no idea. There actually isn't anything for me to really spec into. I could go for scouting skill, I guess. Even though that's not really going to help us that much. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything else for me to go for. I could go for smithing, but as I said, I'm not really doing smithing with this character right now. Even though, funnily enough, now that the mod has unlimited stamina as an option, which I have to admit I am extremely thankful for. I mean, really, how can you say no, considering the current smithing system is kind of annoying to deal with, the base game system, that is. And having the ability to disable the stamina, it just makes it so much more fun, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, that is it. We did this. Okay, so now let's have a look. How are we doing? Okay, so you can see here, Aragorn's party, he has 165, very, very nice. And you can see that we have UMBAR down here. Shall we try to fight UMBAR? I feel like UMBAR is looking pretty cool. It would be kind of fun to see what they're all about. Rangers of Ithilien, let's go for some of those. We have some other types of units for some reason in our party here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. I am going to donate those, in my opinion. Let's donate those to the garrison here. Even though they would probably be... Oh, 38 of them! I have 38 of these guys? Okay, no, let's get rid of those. Let's put them in the garrison here. Oh, I've got 15 of these. No wonder I have so much... Look at this. No wonder I have so many troops. Okay, yeah, that's very bad now. That's very, very bad. I'm running around with 236. That's really not very good. Okay, I'm going to need to stay here a little bit and try to recruit some more people. Oh, wait a minute. What do we have going on here? All right, so we got this guy. He's literally from UMBAR. I don't... Is he actually from UMBAR? I don't think so, no. He's actually from Dol Guldur, and I believe he has defected. So this is me literally starting the siege against UMBAR Haven itself. And as you see, this fellow is coming in against us. So he has 305 troops, which I have to admit is a little bit intimidating. But, well, we're going to try our best. Ooh, this is a nice battlefield. Yeah, this looks great. This looks extremely, extremely fun to fight on. All right, so let's see what we can do here. We're going to actually do a little bit of a different strategy here. I'm just going to go for a loose formation with our infantry as well as our archers. The main reason why I want to do that is I want to try to entice opponents into coming into the melee that we have currently available to defend our archers. And if they do that, what's going to happen is hopefully our forces will be able to hit them as they travel by. And as a result, they might be able to kill them. Yes, they might be able to kill them. At least that's the idea. Now, I've not really fought against UMBAR before, so I have no idea what they're all about. I'm going to assume archers. Yes. I'm going to assume archers. Yes, they have very good crossbowmen by the looks of things as well. So that's going to be a problem. Let's see how we do here, because the opponent does have a pretty nice mixture of troops. They've got a lot of Warg Riders. Yeah, huge amount of Warg Riders. Wow, okay. This is problematic. Let's tell my cavalry to charge in here. Thankfully, these guys are not that good. As you can see, look, this is exactly what I was talking about. Look at this, look at this. We are literally destroying... We are destroying them, actually. We are destroying them. And as long as we have major coverage in the area, I'm talking about coverage as in loads and loads of different infantry all over the place. Look at what's happened right now. We just absolutely slaughtered these guys just because they ran straight into basically what could be considered a bit of a minefield. Because they're going right in and they're not sure where to go because they've got every single angle covered, you know. We are literally surrounding them right there. Now we can even tell our forces to charge in if we want to. And I feel like we're probably going to have a great time. I don't think they're really going to be able to know what to do here. These fellows are probably going to kill me though, all things considered. I actually believe that UMBAR does seem to have some very, very good archers. So we might have an issue there. Let's tell everyone to charge. Just be hyper-aggressive about this. We might even be able to force the opponent into some kind of retreat immediately, just because we were able to deal with their cavalry so fast. And as we've said in the past, cavalry does tend to have a very big combat weight to them, as in their value as a unit is so much larger than that of an infantry or an archer. And so when you eliminate a cavalry unit, it is so much more effective at forcing the opponent into some kind of retreat. Really, really helpful. I mean, you can see here exactly what's happening. I mean, the opponent does have 101 infantry on the field, but if we can eliminate a load of these archers... Oh, that was a nice parry by that guy right there. He managed to save a lot of his friends' lives in the process. Unfortunately, we're not really going to be able to do too much here because these fellows are going to be blocking us very, very easily. I mean, it's very easy to block us, of course, because we are basically only able to attack in 2 different directions. But that's okay, you know, that's fine. As long as we eliminate these guys, that's all that really matters. And indeed, our forces are mopping them up now. And, ooh, this is going to be fun. Alright, or maybe not. They've all got shields. Okay. Yeah, they've all got shields. These fellows are all extremely low tier, so I think I can go zoom here. Yep, there you go. And that's it. There's a victory for us. Look at that. We literally lost 0 people. Did the loose formation actually do something good? Did the loose formation actually help us in some way? Because it feels to me like it did. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to take the guy prisoner, obviously. I'm just going to leave the prisoners. I'm not going to be taking these guys at all. My medicine skill is actually doing pretty nicely right now. My medicine skill is at 249, I believe. Is it at 249? Yes, 249. We're almost at 275. If I could get to 275, I would be so incredibly pleased. What else do we have here? Helping Hands is really good, in my opinion. Plus 2% troop recovery rate for every 10 troops in your party. I mean, really, you're most likely going to be running around with about 200 people, maybe more, maybe slightly a little bit less at this point in the game. And generally, I mean, just think about it. 2% for every 10. That's an insane amount of recovery rate. And at the moment, our recovery rate is about this. You can see here, our recovery rate is about 27, 28, dependent. And, well, it's really good. I mean, you know, it's a really good perk. That's the reason why medicine skill generally, in my opinion at least, is one of the best, if not the best perk tree in the entire game. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to be attacking UMBAR in the next one. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.